Hi everyone, Joe Konkoly in the shop. Not the usual shop. I am hunkered down here in my home in the basement, sheltering in place, and so that's where today's In the Shop is going to be filmed. I'm on my own here. You will notice a slight difference in the production values today, given it's just me on my phone, but let's give it a shot here. Like I said, a couple of segments here. I'll do introduction, show you around the shop, and then show you some projects that I've been working on while I've been home here. I hope everybody out there is sheltering in place, staying 6 feet away from anyone else, wearing a mask and gloves when you go outside, when you go out in public, and minimizing that those public visits. So stay safe and healthy, everyone. So this is my shop, and I will do the next segment from behind the camera and show you around. All right. My shop consists of 2 rooms, a main bench room here, former bedroom in the basement. It's paneled nicely in the 70s, as you can see, with a drop-down ceiling. Not drop down very far though. But anyhow, let's do a quick look around the shop here. This is my main bench, where I do most of my handwork. It's got a lot of tools and clamps up on the wall and in front there, and TV for distracting myself at times. Tools, clamps, jigs and fixtures. Oh yes, my coffee cup. I need a little of that right now. All right, main bench. Go around the room here. Craftsman toolbox, Delta drill press, storage up, wood storage and tool storage and jig storage up above. My go bar deck, which is just a storage unit right now, but that usually sits up on another bench when I need it. Some jigs and fixtures in there, storage. In this right here, which is actually a motorized disc spinner, which I will explain later. There's that front door that I came in, and a secondary bench over here. My weights, which needs to be used, and I am actually using them here while I'm quarantining. Routers, wood storage, a nice granite flat plate, grinder for sharpening, lots of tape and other fun stuff there. All right, there you see a door. In this secondary room here, which is pretty much the whole shop here, this is the machine room. This wall, lots of jigs and fixtures hanging. My buffer. My downdraft sanding table, a very nice piece of furniture. And I will show you this with some old light bulb storage, actually, that needs to be tossed. That pipe there goes through that wall there, and on the other side of that wall is my dust collector, and there's the piping that comes in, and you can see it travels along that wall and down along there and all the way out to there. So there's my dust collection. A little bench sand, or disc belt sander, bandsaw, some wood storage above, And below the main electrical, spindle sander, nice cut-off saw, my thickness sander, little router bench. Actually, this project, one of my son's projects, sitting on top there, the router table, and storage along there, that black pipe coming in, you can see the curled yellow cord there, that is compressed air coming in. My compressor's out in the garage, and big rack of storage along here, a lot of storage for home maintenance use in there too. And here we have, oh, there's my my relative humidity gauge, I guess I will call it. Just happens to be sitting there. Just checking the humidity in this room. It's up a little high. I'm having a little bit of problem with my dehumidifier, working on that to get it working better. Joiner, underneath that plastic cover is a grinder. And again, stuff on the walls. This thing in the middle it is a it's an old furnace fan that I turned into an air cleaner, and it's a nice little, it's on wheels, nice little center bench that I store all my discs. Those are my a series of sanding discs, domed sanding discs, convex domes or concave domes that are used to shape the sides of my guitars, shape the edges of the sides, and they sit on that machine there and rotate. So let's take a look then. Well, actually there's one more part to the, let me do this, one more part to the bench room, which is this secondary center bench secured very firmly to the floor, and it is my main guitar building workbench, kind of a center island. You can see I've got a couple of projects there going. And I will talk to you about those. All right, so there's the shop, and let's take a look at this project here. So this is the main project I've been working on since I've been home. It is a cherry funeral urn meant to hold ashes. My folks both passed away in the past couple of years, and I've been working on this project for a long time, and I finally had an opportunity to get close to completing it here. I am done with pretty much everything but a little bit of final sanding detail and the finish work. But my father was a furniture maker and inspired me in my career also as a luthier. He was an amateur woodworker, and one of the main things he did was build cherry furniture, of which I'm so grateful to have inherited and live with and upstairs in my living room. But this was a project that he had never completed. It was a hexagonal end table, and I inherited the project and I tried to complete it, but I realized why he never completed it. Things just didn't quite fit together, and it was difficult to figure out how to finish it off. And after he passed and we needed something to hold the ashes, I decided to modify that project into this. So basically I took all the parts that he had made for the hexagonal table and created this diamond shaped urn. All this molding and everything is his work. I just cut things apart and reimagined them as this smaller box, cut it down and assembled it. It's got this nice lid on it on the top. Inlaid there is a little piece of jewelry that I had made for my mother way back when, that she used to wear, just a little pearl and ebony with some engraving. a leaf, and anyhow, this lid is supposed to fit right on here. How does that work? Anyhow, I did before. You saw it on there before. Anyhow, that's my latest project that I've been working on here in the shop. And next up is completing a couple of guitars. Let me show you what I got on those. Here we have a vintage build style OM 28 in progress. The body is pretty much done. Doing some final sanding and detail work on it. Here's the neck, which is actually completely done. As far as these are both ready for finishing. Well, the neck is ready for finish work, and like I said, the body, Brazilian rosewood back and sides, Adirondack spruce top. Advanced scalloped X bracing. Let's take a look at the back on this thing too. Sorry about that crazy camera work there, but it's some nice figured Brazilian rosewood on the back, and also the sides. You can see I'm doing a little filling and sanding right there by the... All right, so that's project number one. I got to get this ready for the spray booth. Project number two, here is this Madagascar rosewood 000 or OM guitar. It is going to be a style 42. This is the neck for it. It is in a much earlier stage than the other neck. The veneer is glued, but much shaping needs to be done. Let's turn this guy over. There we go. It has a torrefied Adirondack spruce top, my first torrefied top instrument, so that'll be interesting to see how that turns out. You can see the rosette has the pearl inlay in it there, the pale abalone inlay, and it will have that all the way around the top. So there's that guitar, and that is what I have for you today. Thanks for tuning in to In the Shop, in my own shop, the COVID-19 coronavirus version. Thanks everybody, and I will see you soon.